tobacco, alcohol, and weed. These things are considered taboo, but are they really all around bad? What's bad is when we let substances control us instead of us controlling our use of them. Like the saying goes, anything in moderation. Now, I don't believe it's necessarily a bad thing to use substances like tobacco, alcohol, and weed, but in moderation. Moderation is the key. Are we able to moderate? And are we truly being honest with ourselves with our answer to that question? Do the pros outweigh the cons? Are you getting enough enjoyment and relaxation that outweighs the negatives? If the pros of using don't outweigh the cons, then it's an addiction. Now let's narrow down the term addiction, because we can be addicted to many things, like even having coffee every morning or eating certain foods all the time. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Negative addiction is what's bad. So the definition of addiction in the bad sense of it is when we continue doing or using something despite the negative consequences that it has on our lives. And the problem that most of us have is that we either don't see the negative effects or we're ignorant and we just refuse to see them. It's really a tricky thing. If we're using substances or even doing activities that are impacting us negatively, like let's say it's staying up too late watching TV, it's making us late for work in the morning, right? Or we're playing too many video games and that's getting in the way of us getting stuff done that we should be doing. It would benefit us far more than playing the video games. Those can also be addictions, but we have to be able to be open and able to seeing that, okay? What might help you is to write a list of things that you want to accomplish, goals that you've been trying to achieve, and then write down possible reasons as to why they're not being accomplished. Write down even small tasks that you've been meaning to do, they've been on your to-do list for a while, but you just haven't got to yet. And then write things that you usually do instead when you might have had the time to do those tasks. And then analyze which things are more important. Okay, write them in order of importance. This will help clarify what we do subconsciously and bring it to the forefront of our thoughts and allow us to be more structured. And if you find yourself making excuses for a less important activity or substance, then you might be addicted to it. Sometimes we need to take breaks from things to release its grip on our lives, and sometimes that means eliminating things altogether. Certain substances are so addicting that inevitably they always lead down a bad path, so they should be avoided altogether. Meth, all opiates, Oxycontin, fentanyl, heroin, all of them. Okay, there's no moderation with those drugs. Believe me, I've tried, and so has everyone else who's ever used them, and no one's been able to do it. So many people in my life have died from their addiction, and every single one of them got their start from tobacco, alcohol, and or weed. So keep that in mind and always use moderation. If you can't moderate, then you need to meditate, pray, and do some inner work, some soul searching to address the underlying root of why you can't control your usage. What is it that you're bearing? Substances only mask the pain. They don't fix anything on their own. It's like most prescription medicine. It treats the symptom, but doesn't actually cure us. For the cure, we need to dig deeper. We need to figure out our triggers, find the source of our problems, and really address those with a clear and sober mind before we can indulge in substances safely. Be the one in control. Don't let the substances control you. Shalom.